interesting because my first thought about Berlin is either you're gonna like it or you hate it. So you fall in love or you hate it to the end of your life. So it's really unique, special place. You're not gonna find it in any other side of the world, I would say.
What I feared coming to Berlin was coming to a big city, not knowing anyone, finding a good job.
My biggest fear was how should I find a job? But because I can speak German and because Berlin is not it's very international and you don't really have to speak German to find a job here, it was a completely unimportant fear to have. So the language was a big difficulty also.
Actually, I didn't have a lot of fears because I knew a lot of people from here. So it just, the only fear you have when you move to a country from another or to a city from another you don't know actually is how it will go in terms of relationship, friendships, and work also. Yeah. About fear is to put yourself in that situation and go for it and try.
Finding a place to live. So this is really hard stuff. This is really hard thing because either you have some friends which they letting you sleep somewhere or giving you possibility to find a good apartment, or you're struggling or you become homeless.
My expectation of coming in German, everything would be easy, everything is digitalized. I'm in a first world country and it's the biggest economy in Europe, so everything's going to be easy, everything's going to be sorted out okay. And I had a very hard time getting around things in Germany that I didn't know it would be like that, and I had no one to help me. I got unemployed 2 years ago and I had to talk to the Arbeit agency, and I could not speak proper German to talk to this person, and he just refused to talk to me. And there was something that I was never expect that would happen in Berlin.
I was really scared to find a job here because I thought it would be a problem that I only speak English, and actually this is not a problem at all in German. I found out because a lot of people come here, move here, and they don't speak German. So in here they're very open to employ people who don't speak German.
I'm a bit scared that maybe my friendships will be a bit different. Part true because of the distance, but it's just another way you adapt and then you find a way to live friendships. Yes.
Never, whoever you are, whichever part of country you are in, it's never. No one gonna tell you you're from Poland, you're from Ukraine, you're from Africa. No, it's not gonna happen. Also after your skin color or whatever. Yeah.
Most of the time, Berlin. If you go to the more international areas, you see a lot of different nationalities, and there it's really nice because you have different shops, different restaurants. And in some parts where it's less, let's say, less mixed cultures, there are sometimes people do ask where are you from, but I think it's a positive thing, when people ask where you're from, maybe they're also trying to make communication and interact. In general, I wouldn't say it's different than from other cities. It's everywhere the same in the world. When you maybe are not looking like the, let's say, locals, people ask questions, but that is a normal thing, and I think it's a good way of communicating, showing openness, interest in others.
It happened a lot to me is that Germans are more aggressive in the way they express themselves, and if you go a little bit not against the rules, but if you don't know how to behave or to do something that it's law here and everybody has common sense about it, they try to get a little bit aggressive. So for me it was a very hard time dealing with people yelling at me for no reason at the supermarket or in the subway. So this is a very big thing for me. Because coming from Brazil, people are more warm, sweet, even when they're mad at you. And here in Germany, they make very clear that they're mad at you, that you did something wrong, and it was hard for me to get used to that.
Well, like Czech Republic is very close to Germany, and the culture is really similar. I haven't experienced any oppression or any like discomfort because of my nationality.
Some people, I actually worked in a cafe, and some people, they didn't act like very nice when they found out I don't speak German, and they acted a bit weird, but it wasn't like a big problem. So.
You know, I come from a European country, so for me it was super easy. I just flew here. I know a lot of people, for a lot of people coming from abroad, European, from Europe, it's harder to, to have the visa or everything, every document needs. It's a city where the integration is very, in a lot of situations is very easy. Yeah.
An idea of suppression, so like to suppress someone just because they came from any region and any part of the world should be like forgotten, and it shouldn't be a reason to treat someone the way that you treat them when they cross the border.
For example, with a girl, I'm a straight guy, so when I try to hang out with a girl, it's hard to say, oh, do you have plans for the next week? And usually the answer is yes, I have to do this, and she don't spot about I'm asking to have a beer or something. So basically that's but I think is part of the work to try to understand which way. Also, it trained myself about it.
Maybe I would say that Berlin, like Germans are a bit more, I wouldn't say distant, but they're a bit more, so Dutch people really like they're extrovert and they are very, talkative, like inviting, and Germans are, in that sense, maybe they're holding a bit more back. But it is also really genuine, you know that it's not, a German is not gonna like immediately be in the crowd and say like, oh, like you're my best friend. It's not like this, so it's a very genuine way as well. It's different, yeah.
I think maybe social skills, being more open-minded, because the Polish people, I would say we are a bit racist sometimes, and also our problem is like in Deutsch you say we are a little bit hochnäsig, so we look up, oh, we are from Poland or something like this. So I'm trying to get rid of this and being more open and never judge people after never judge a book after the cover. So this is my thing which I'm trying to learn here and accept everybody.
What surprises me the most is the rent prices. Like now the rent is a bit, it's increasing, and finding an apartment is more difficult for sure. Also, I think I didn't expect it to be so international in some districts, some areas. So this is a positive surprise.
I think this idea that everything in Germany would be easier and easier, because like coming from Brazil, where we have so many problems, but we know we have those problems and we don't try to hide it. And then when I moved here, I thought, okay, in Germany everything's going to get much better, everything's going to be fine in many areas. And then I realized that, as I mentioned, Germany has its problems too. And then I had to leave behind this idea that everything would be easy and that I would have a better life just by being here.
Oh, the openness, definitely the openness, and that everything, that there's always an event that goes on in Berlin. There's always something going on, and the vibration and the life of the city and the atmosphere, it's really different to any other place in the world.
The first time I came here, I spent a few days here, was about I felt on my body less. I felt my body less heavy because the people don't watch you and don't judge you. That was the greatest feeling about this city.
it doesn't matter what you're wearing on the street, you can always express yourself the way as you wanted, and no one gonna point you or whispering to the friend, oh, I don't like this, or I don't like how she's wearing stuff, because this is really common in many countries, I would say.
They drink quite a lot, and they drink until they can't walk, but that's maybe also depending on the person. They like meat still a lot. This is also a German thing that I've observed more. At least like they like the sausage, the meat, these kind of things.
I had the idea that Germans would be like a little bit more angry and mad, and they're more like closed, which is very different from coming from Brazil, because people are more warm in South America in general. And when I got here, I had a real hard time. It was even harder for me to make friends here in Berlin. Like, I can make colleagues and people that I go out with, and that's very easy. But to like make real friends and be intimate with people, I think that's much harder here in Berlin. So it was a stereotype that I had, and it was true.
I would say something really German, what they doing, like, instead of being so materialistic, trying to buy new stuff and blah blah blah, they're trying to make it something from the old one. So it's kind of recycle, you know? It's kind of recycling things.
You know, stereotype about the Italians are the funny guy and German not. I don't think so. A lot of Italian people are not so funny, and also Germans are very funny. And, also because different culture means sometimes you don't understand, and so in this between to not understand and understanding, it comes up some jokes or something like that. But it is absolutely not true that German people are not funny.
German people are really distant, and I think they are also really straightforward and direct. But it's actually much nicer to be this way, so it's actually a good thing.
I think in Germany, from my experience, everything is quite bureaucratic. So it takes a long time before something is arranged, and nothing is digital yet. At least I didn't experience so many digital processes. They could digitalize a bit more and become more efficient there.
Can bring you in a way where all the relationships, in terms of friendship or love relationships, are very quick, very fast, and you can move in and move out in a relationship without so much problem. And I don't like it at all.
Maybe die Pünktlichkeit. That means like that you really have to be on the time everywhere, and that you really need to follow the rules, which are sometimes really bizarre and ridiculous.
It's very ridiculous that you cannot use the Hoover like on Sunday morning. There is a proper law that stops. Like you could be fined if your neighbor sues you for using the Hoover on Sunday morning, and that's very crazy because at 9 in the morning it's not even so loud. And then maybe in Berlin they play techno like at 11, like super loud. So yes.